Hi friends! I'm visiting a factory today to learn about how snow globes are made. Factories, like this one, are responsible for making many different things. But before any item is built, it goes through an engineering design process. Let's talk about the engineering design process. The design process is a series of steps that are used to come up with solutions to a problem. Problems can be anything, from how to make something better, to designing something brand new. The first step in the design process is to identify the problem. What is it, and why is it a problem? Next, you imagine different ways that the problem can be solved. This is the time to get really creative, and think big. No idea is a bad idea. Then, you start to plan how that problem can be solved. What materials will you need, how will you design the solution, and what is the process you will take? Once you come up with a good plan, you can then start creating prototypes. A prototype is the first try to the solution. Next, it is time to test. During the testing phase, you try to determine if your product or solution actually works. More than likely, you will need to make improvements. It's okay if your first attempt fails, that's all part of the engineering process. The steps in the engineering process continue to repeat, until the product, or solution, is perfect. Let's look at a real-world example of the engineering process at this factory. Here, they manufacture snow globes. Snow globes are made of glass, and are very fragile. Because of that, design engineers at the factory had to determine a way to protect the delicate glass, once the snow globe was complete. Do you remember the first step in the design process? The first step is to identify the problem. In this scenario, the problem is how to protect the snow globes from breaking. Next, is brainstorming. Can you think of different ways that the factory could protect the snow globes? Maybe the snow globes could be placed on big, fluffy pillows? Or maybe they can be wrapped in thick, soft fabric. Or maybe a special container to place them in? Once we come up with a possible solution, we then think of all the materials that would be needed, and the process or steps that we take to build the product. Let's say we are making a container for the snow globes. I would need to decide which materials that container could be made with. Then it is time to test. This is when we take our prototype, and see if it will work. We keep making improvements and testing, until we come up with a good solution. That's how the design engineers came up with the protective box to pack the snow globes in. Now, they will be secure, and the glass will not break. The engineering design process is a really great way to come up with solutions to many different problems, or to build a brand new product. How will you use the engineering design process?